Welcome to Well Read, a program about a little bit of this and a little bit of that at your Ames Public Library. Hi, I'm Jerry Hyde, Youth Services Manager at the Ames Public Library, here to welcome you to our last of 5 series of all of our early literacy practices and skills. Today it happens to be all about singing, and we all have singing voices. Some of them are bad, some of them are good, but we all can sing, and children love to hear that, whether you are bad or good. Come to my toddler time and you'll find out with me. So anyway, today I have my musical expert for our singing practice, and also we are going to talk about phonological awareness, which is an early literacy skill. So welcome, Chris.
Hi, Jerry.
How are you today?
I'm here.
Ready
it's
to
early,
sing?
But I'm ready. Well, I'd sing if you'd want. I'm not sure if you'd want us to do that or not.
Yeah.
But
So tell us a little bit about yourself.
one of the things I wanted to say is that I do love to sing. I'm not always great at it either, but I have had music in my life for as long as I can remember. My mom was a singer. She did a lot of stage productions all through high school and so on. She would have gone on to be a professional singer if it had been her choice, but instead she got married and had 5 kids. So we grew up with piano and singing and songwriting around the house all the time. She sang to me when I was little. I don't remember her singing to my brothers. I think I got the spotlight on that one, but I'm sure she must have at some point. So singing, music, piano, brothers played instruments and so on. Music's just always been part of our family.
So do you think that's what brought you to the library subtly? Singing and reading?
I think that her songwriting is probably what got me more involved in trying to write my own picture books once in a while.
Well, and the picture books that I've seen of your trying to write picture books have a lot of rhythm and rhyme to it. Why is that important?
I think that way. I think in rhyme oftentimes. I don't know that they're always picture book sellers, but so rhyme, one of the reasons we like rhyming books in kids, and they actually are very hard to do to get it right, but it's for the phonological awareness. So before we do anything else, I'm going to have you play a little short game with me.
Okay.
It's really easy. I'm going to start with a 3-letter word, and I want you to change 1 letter. So say the word pan.
Tan.
A child would have difficulty in changing tap to tan unless they know that they're phonologically aware and they realize that N sound is different than the P sound. So kids can't always make those things out. Once they're older and they can figure that out, that helps in their reading, and that's where rhyme comes in.
So what you're saying then is that phonological awareness is a learned skill.
It is a learned skill, and it's something that you can start doing with your kids at a very, very young age, especially with that.
Which you want me to talk about or show the Mother Goose rhyme?
Mother Goose rhymes. They come on a very little early age. You can start doing those to your children when they're infants, and you can read your favorites. You can make them up as you go. You can do any type of thing, but rhyming in your house is very, very important for children. They've had a lot of studies that say the kids that are phonologically aware are probably the ones that can get their reading skills. That's one of the most important out of all of them. So,
well, how else can you sound things out if you didn't know that C made the K sound? You wouldn't be able to do that part. But the rhyming too, that helps.
The rhyming is important. So.
And I would Mother Goose rhymes are very important, and unfortunately, not very many of us are reading Mother Goose rhymes. But they are very important. So I challenge you, moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas, read your Mother Goose rhymes. And my son is in his mid-30s, and he'd probably shoot me if he saw this or heard this. But Wee Willie Winkie was his favorite song, or Mother Goose rhyme. And we said that every night before he went to sleep. Wee Willie Winkie went upstairs and downstairs in his nightgown, tapping on the window.
I could see why he would like that. I did a lot of rhymes with my kids, but then I would sing them too. So I'd make up tunes. And that's important because when you sing, it breaks words into smaller parts. And so things like winky, if you hear winky, then you hear it's 2 separate parts instead of
and
just...
it slows everything down.
And it slows it way down, right. So like rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub, it may not ever be that tune, but I would sing it that way to the kids. And I also sang a lot of show tunes to my kids, so they got more grown-up words.
Well, that's all right, though. They got the music.
And
behind it.
repetition. Repetition is great because the idea, again, it slows it down. You can hear the words, you can hear the different sounds, and you realize that those sounds might actually relate to something on a page, too. So.
Correct. Yeah, and again, the more times you hear it, the more times you possibly could repeat the sound
Right.
or sing with mom, dad, grandma, and grandpa.
Right.
The more times that you will learn, or the easier it will be when you're trying to sound out those words.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So when it comes to singing, I have to say that the library does a great job with that because we have our story times that we don't just read to kids with all those voices. We do a lot of music. And with our music, we also use instruments. So there's a lot
thus we have all of our selection here.
Yeah, we have a lot of things. Kids to tap out a beat with the sticks, with the tambourine, with the drums, shakers, even the bean bags, passing something back and forth, back and forth. It helps you slow down those words again. You start to relate something like a beat to each movement, and action rhymes are great too. They do the same thing. So.
Yeah, so building those fine motor skills as well as the collaboration skills. It's always fun. That happens to be a program that we're doing is passing the beanbag with toddler time, and it's always very interesting to watch how at first when the song starts they don't really know what to do, but after the song kind of
Everybody's
goes
hands
for
are
about a
going.
minute, they I'm supposed to, and then sometimes they get throwing, but we catch them and we have a good time and they can hear that music. So they don't catch on necessarily right away because your brain isn't.
Yeah, they probably don't realize they're learning.
Right.
They probably don't realize it, but this is why it's important to do this around your children. Just like we talk to our children, we read to them, we should sing to our children.
Yep.
And the more you sing, the more they're going to catch on. And it helps in a variety of ways. It gives you ways to get activities done. It's not just even the reading things, but my kids had a teacher who they sang the cleanup song, so there's just all kinds of good reasons to throw music into your lifestyle.
Well, and I know we just kind of touched on the Mother Goose rhymes, but there's lots of books that go along that have a lot of rhymes too. And I have to confess, if I have a book that I know is supposed to have a rhyme, because some of us don't always have that natural rhyming instinct, I come to Chris and I have Chris read the story to me. So then I can listen to it and hear it. But to read it on a page like you can read it on a page. So tell us a little bit about the story or the books that you have out.
So first off, I brought some Dr. Seuss books because he was a master at teaching phonological awareness. He was, rhymes don't have to be sensical. They could be Seussical almost, where they're odd words. They may not be a real word and so on, but he did things like green eggs and ham, Sam I am, hop on pop, one fish, two fish, red fish, blue fish, and then this is the next one, and I know this from the kids, black fish, blue fish, old fish, new fish. So there are rhymes in there, and there are words that sound the same. Those are games you can even play with your kids. Later on you can say, which of these words sound alike? Was it new and old? Or was it new and blue? So he was a perfect example of that.
Yes. He was a master of rhyme.
Master in rhyme, and the kids don't realize that they're learning ending sounds and beginning sounds and so on. So I brought Hickory, Dickory, Dock because it's got rhyme. Hickory, Dickory, Dock, the mouse ran up the clock. But if you think of that hickory, 3 different sounds, and the kids, if they can learn, I think it's always funny to hear children pronounce long words because they think it's something totally different than what it really is. But eventually, hopefully, they'll get to it and they'll realize that this is a word that relates to something on the page, and it's hickory.
And you can cut that out.
And you can, and exactly.
Tap.
There's your rhythm sticks. Put those into play.
And that's a game you can play anytime with your child.
You can do that.
And even with their names.
With their names,
you can clap their name out and the syllables. So mostly for that awareness or that phonological awareness, that every word can be broken down, even to the smallest letter of the sound of what that letter sounds like. So
I have to tell you, last night we were watching Funniest Home Videos. And I don't have the book here, but who took the cookies from the cookie jar? obviously beat a rhythm to it and so on. And this whole family went around. They won the 10,000. They went around this, who cooked the cookies, and each person said, not me, then who? And they got to the littlest girl and she said, I did. It was so funny, the poor little thing. And then she said, but I don't have it anymore. And she was maybe 2. But it was so cute because this family was doing that. And they don't probably even realize that they're teaching their children phonological awareness.
Because it's all just kind of natural. And I mean, there's sounds and music everywhere.
Right.
The animal sounds in our world. I mean, so it doesn't have to be necessarily something that we do sing.
Right.
You know, if you just listen to the world around us,
Right.
you'll hear all those individual
You should
sounds.
play music at home once in a while, though. You know, I'm not saying hard rock and all that
Yeah.
stuff, but I think it's important to play music for your kids. We have a lot of great CDs that have dancing and rhythm sticks and so on. There's a lot of action rhymes. I can't help but bring up your Tony Chestnut.
Yes. My favorite song.
It's Jerry's favorite song in toddler time, but it's wonderful because it's got all the actions, large and small motor skills that go along, and they learn to sing, and eventually they'll realize that these are actually words and you can see it somewhere.
So we learn the vocabulary of our body, and like you said, we break down the syllables of all the words, and they don't have a clue that that's what's happening.
No, but
they just know that we're touching our toes and
That's
touching
exactly
our
right.
knees, and
they'll get to it.
Yeah.
So one of the other things I want to mention, I've got this. You want to show this book, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star? We have some great books here where you can actually sing the book. And of course, this is a song, Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. There are other books, if you don't really want to just read them, there's nothing wrong with singing it. Some kids really respond to that. And again, it will help break down those words into smaller sounds. And so it's a great thing to try to do with your kids. But we have a great collection of those.
Yes,
I've looked for those for parents before.
Yeah.
Different things that do
And
with it.
going along with the I mean, when I say Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, I mean, you kind of just run all the letters and the words together. But when you sang it, you know, it slowed it down, and you could hear the syllables and the sounds that you're...
Are you familiar with Maresy Dotes?
Oh, yes.
Yes, I had to sing this in choir with my mom as the choir director. I don't know if anybody else knows that, but it's Maresy Dotes and Dozy Dotes and Little Lambs.
Yep, my mom used to sing it.
And it's mares eat oats and does eat oats.
Oh, and see, and I would have
little
never
lambs
seen
eat
it written.
Ivy. Yeah, so again.
I've never seen it written out, so yeah, I
Yeah,
just thought
that's
it was
what
a
it
bunch
is.
of letters.
No, it sounds like gibberish.
Yeah.
And it's not.
But it's pretty.
actually real words.
Yeah.
So anyway.
So singing and phonological awareness and reading all really tie themselves together. As you can see with our poster, we've got, it doesn't matter if it's early literacy or if it's school age. It's important all through our lives. Phonological awareness is something that we can listen to and learn throughout our lives, and practice. And again, if you don't believe that you can sing, don't be too shy about it around children, because children love the sounds that come out of our mouths, and they think it's a beautiful sound, whether or not as an adult or maybe you don't feel comfortable doing it. But it has so many benefits for our young ones, and in the process of reading, and comfort, and in learning how to read in all many ways. So please sing along with your child, or sing with your child, and sing with each other, and enjoy that beautiful sound of singing in your voice. Until next time, happy singing and happy reading.